I don't know, but
No, you know what you need, Chantal? You need to get your butt out of the Middle East. You need to go back to Canada, and you need to start living a life that isn't just a big scam. I mean, this is silly. You're going to be 40 years old. You're out here, I mean, following some 29-year-old thinking that he's going to love you and marry you and make a life with you and whatever. Girl, come on. He laughs at you. He makes fun of you. I mean, why do you think you're over there with him? Because you guys are living it up? I mean, yeah, you really look like you're living it up. You really look like you're happy. What you need to do is you need to go back to Canada. You need to start putting in hard work. And you need to, if a relationship is really what you want, if that's your end game in life, I know it is for some people. If that's really what you want, someone to love you, someone to call you baby, someone to give you affirmations, whatever. I mean, slow steps. I mean, whatever. Get on the dating apps, work on yourself, get back to a point where you can walk for more than a minute without getting dizzy. I mean, that would, if I were that in that place, that would be my number one priority. Not who's going to call me baby when I put my head down at night. I mean, girl, come on. I mean, you're not going to be able to heal in this environment, let alone thrive. You're talking about energy. You're sitting here telling us how you're about to fall asleep.
So you're getting help. And you want to dunk on Chantel? And that's why I think Shannon and FFG's chemistry is so beautiful, because they're so similar. FFG has to be the hero. That's why she has to always dunk on Chantel with something. Like when she did the thing with BBJ, I stand on this. She did her big one. She did her big one with that one, especially with the way Chantel was running her mouth, talking about FFG's dogs and all. When I saw her pull that off, I said, leave it to Chantel to have me applaud FFG. I was pissed. I was like, oh, this was so good. She trolled the fuck out of you. Oh my God. So, just so we're clear, and you heard it here first. What happened with BBJ, rescuing BBJ? The BBJ rescue to FFG will be with the 89 LBs are to Amber. You will always hear about it for years to come. Always. That's never going to die. She did her big one. She had to make it public. And for those saying, oh, it's for the money, I think you guys forget, I've said this before, multiple things can be right at once. She did her big one and definitely helped BBJ, because at this point, I think almost anybody's better than Chantel. But yes, of course it was for the money. If it wasn't for the money, she wouldn't have made it public. Of course it was for the money. Are you kidding? The bitch held she shopped for BBJ's collar on stream. She shopped for a cat to get a Gucci collar for a cat. Of course it was for money. But I'm not going to take away the fact that, like, at least she got BBJ. But yes, it was for money. Yes, it was for content. Are you crazy? That is her 89 LBs, bitch. She is never letting that go. That will always be content in some way.
Isms. So, French fried girls should be worried because Chantal was threatening to sue again. Shadowed that she might have returned to Canada to handle some other business, and she would handle that while she was there. I would be terrified if I was French fried girl. So terrified. This is the woman who couldn't even make a vet appointment, and she's going to coordinate a multi-person lawsuit because she felt duped about her cat being given to somebody else. By her to somebody else. But she couldn't tell you who because the selfish bitch wouldn't even walk down the stairs to go say bye. She handed it to Pete's. Again, many reasons we can't follow through with our commitments. So, and Chantal doesn't have much tolerance for distress or discomfort. If something isn't exactly the way she wants to eat it, she's not going to eat it. If it's not the right temperature, she's not going to eat it. So you would think someone as large as her would be much more picky. But, or would be much less picky. But actually, some of the more morbidly obese people I know are rather picky about their food. And, like other folks who deal with addiction, can get pretty nasty if they don't get what they want. How many people think that they've probably fought about food a couple times already? I'm sure he was fine with her coming over, but she farted out a bunch of promises initially that she was I'm gonna go to the gym and lose weight, and it'll be great, and I'll be going to the beach, and we'll be travel beezing. If you're too fat for a plane, you gotta do something. because now you can't even get out of there in a hurry if you need to. There's no shame in buying 2 plane seats if you need them, but if you don't like that you need them, or that you're cutting it close to needing them, whose job is it to change the shape of Chantal's body? Yours? Mine? A pill? Some Ozempic? No, it comes down to Chantal and what she chooses to do. At this point, she's had more resources and opportunities and access to treatment over the years that most people don't give a shit how she feels, or that she probably can't handle all of her ADLs maybe on her own, because she was always such a nasty, self-centered person that her discomfort brings people pleasure. We've heard of Schadenfreude. You know, it's the same sort of thing. I don't
So we saw some boats pass by while we were hanging out by the riverside and decided after we were done hanging out by the river to see if we could find a dock and take a boat ride ourselves. On our way,
it was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him, or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. And she wants privacy. Okay. And where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's out with the boys. Thailand, from what I understand, has a very, very active sex scene. So, I'm sure he'll text you. But at any rate, this week we're going to... But she's sitting there, not a lot of people around, but it was the old eyes darting. Remember the outhouse? Or going for Burger King and then sitting in the parking lot, full face of makeup, looking all over the place to see who's looking and who's watching. She's out proud and doesn't care, but hawks like she's ashamed of what she's engaging in. So when she's sitting there with Sala eating, and there's people, you know, not a lot of people, because they go everywhere when it's closed. She's afraid of people, and they want to be able to film, and they're weird. They're weird. She likes getting attention, but standing out doesn't really, like, I think she probably feels like people are staring, because they are staring. It's a spectacle. She's 4 times the size of a normal woman. So I think people are going to stare. That shouldn't be unexpected. Is it rude? Is it cruel? I don't know. Bottom line, it shouldn't be unexpected. And to act shocked would be kind of stupid as well. You've read about it a little bit and saw it on TikTok. Please look better after yourself. Take better care of yourself. If not you, for your husband that you told us you loved so much. How much do you love him if you're willing to eat yourself to death because it's too difficult to try to get better beyond 36 hours? If you're not a 12-stepper, but the bondage of self. She's so obsessed with meeting her own wants and needs that she, to her inadvertently, steps on people and hurts people in that way. There's another side of Chantal that is a complete sociopath and pretty much doesn't care about feelings, doesn't know how to act. That's why we had the wedding cake and candles and she erupted like she was going to shit her pants, because she doesn't know what happiness feels like, so she doesn't demonstrate what it looks like. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know any of those feelings. And so with all this spinning in her head, her marriage on the line, her citizenship being up, she goes on a diet.
One, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty. Number one, I'm pretty.
Okay, guys, so this is the trailer for Femme. It's been released in Europe, but it's out. It's a thriller, and I've seen it. It's a fantastic film. It is out in Spain, and it is out in the US on March the 22nd. So here is the trailer.
his high heels. Well, you can turn around if you're a fucking man. You're letting them win.
How you want to deal with that?
I think you're a nice looking lad. On your front. I'm a nice guy. If you disrespect me, fuck you up. I get that. Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, you know. You're a fucking big man. I best remember not to fuck with you then.
Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. So on a recent live, Foodie was asked, what do you do for fun? And this was her response.
What do I do for fun? Well, depends. I don't even know how to answer that. Stare into space.
Hi guys. So as I said on Twitter, it's really sad that Foodie's on camera on a live, and she's got all the time in the world, and she still can't think of the one thing or a few things that she does for fun. She doesn't even say food, and I thought food was her number one love. I think that she didn't say food because food, like any other addiction, is only fun for so long. And that's why when she's back in Canada, she's happier because she can jump from addiction to addiction, that in itself is fun until it's not. Foodie didn't say that she has fun playing with the cat Julia, because we all know that she dislikes the cat. She got that cat off the street out of spite, not because she really wanted a pet. What I find the most surprising is that for fun, Foodie didn't mention her religion because she's a cosplayer and she was never interested in Islam in the first place, right? But what I find the most surprising is that Foodie didn't mention her husband. Yes, Salah, that grape-loving, poo-loving fantasist. And a segue here, like, I know some people have an issue with the word grape, but it's a way of saying the word without really saying it, and I didn't get it from TikTok. I got it from YouTube. There are people on YouTube use it too, and I just thought it was like a safe way for you to understand what I meant. If you don't like the word, then apologies, but I'm still gonna use it so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, back to the show. So Foodie didn't say, I like spending time with Salah. He takes me places. We have a lot of fun together. She said nothing about Salah in terms of having fun or enjoying being with him and spending time together, and couples time and romantic time is fun and going out is fun, being with him is fun. She said nothing like that. And it shows that every now and again, reality does come crashing down for her, and it makes her feel quite worthless. She doesn't have anybody, and of course that's her fault. She threw her family away for Kuwait. She neglected her friendship with Shannon. She was very rude about Shannon and telling Shannon's personal business. Shannon defected to FFG. So they talk shit about Foodie together. She threw pizza away for Nada. She threw pizza away for Salah. She threw the villa away for Salah. And in the end, Salah turned out to be this huge, sexually deviant, creepy disappointment. He also let slip that she lives in women-only housing, so he doesn't live with her. He comes by for welfare checks to make sure that she's still alive and throws her fast food to avoid her tantrums. But they are business partners. They are friendly towards each other to meet the goal of him getting into the US, into the Canada. They are friendly towards each other because they have a goal, but they are not friends. He can't stand to be around her for too long because he has friends and family and she's not a part of that world. And can I also add that in Chicken Pickle's video, in the beginning, she said that they had they spoke all night, they had conversations all night, Salah's English was so good, they spoke all night about everything. But now they're actually together, they don't talk about anything. All they say is, hey babe, how's your food? It looks good. Let's smoke shisha together. Hey babe, how you doing, babe? You're so pretty, babe. If he's not calling her a moon face. There's no conversation between them whatsoever. And it's been like that for over a year. It's so weird. So I'm just thinking, in the beginning, in the 2 days that they were talking, what did they really talk about? Okay, so let me know in the comments. So in the meantime, when Foodie is in Kuwait, Foodie relies on her food addiction and all that food porn for the feeders as fun. But that fizzles out because the food high wears off. And as much as she needs feeders, Foodie has always seen these people, men and women, as creeps. She's too embarrassed of her weight to go anywhere without Salah, so she can't have fun outside. She doesn't try to connect with Canadians or reverts that live there in Kuwait. She could even look for people and chat in groups online, but she's way too lazy to do that. And Foodie is a shitty person, but it's sad how she sabotaged her life. And segue, I'm just going to say that Just Breezing got some shit for doing that feeder request, but I'm glad that she did it because me, along with several other people, have said that she's been entertaining feeders since the day she got on the YouTube platform. And a lot of people were like, no, she's not doing feeder stuff, she's too disgusting, feeders are not interested. And there's always a feeder that's interested in something. There's always going to be a feeder that's interested in Foodie. You know, feeders have been keeping that woman's lights on for some time, and it was great that Just Breezing today proved it. I'm glad that she caught Foodie out. Okay, back to the show. So Foodie is also a shitty person, but it's sad how she sabotaged her life. She really is her own worst enemy. She's thrown away everything that made her life fun. She's got no family in Kuwait. She's made no friends. The women that she tried to make friends with, she stabbed in the back and doxed. She has no hobbies, no religion because she's a cosplayer. There's no passion for anything and no desire to become healthy. No desire to become healthy to also exercise so that she can go outside and have fun. And she's got no desire to change herself because she has no self-respect for herself. And I think that deep down, Foodie does hate herself. Kuwait is not fun for her. Anybody can see that. And Salah will never go out of his way to even be her friend. It's really shocking that Salah is the one that has the weird grape fantasies, and he's the one that cheated. But Salah is also the one in control of whether this relationship lives or dies. He's in control of when this relationship ends. And when he does finally snap and end this relationship, that tell-all will be fun. Well, for us anyway. Okay guys, that's the end of the vid. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for if you're still here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks for your time, guys.